what is happening, guys? And today I'm bringing you a squad builder. It's a hybrid team. It's a Brazilian slash Italian team with some sweat attackers up front. To start off, we've got a Italian goalkeeper, team of the season, Marchetti. He cost me around 105k, which is pretty good price for this goalkeeper. He's absolutely amazing. He's had some fantastic saves for me, and what I think I love most about him is his handling. He's got 87 handling, so he merely made no rebounds, and he was absolutely just fantastic. So for 105,000, that was just a bargain, and he was amazing for me. So that was absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. As a defender, well, defenders we've got, I'll start off with Cellini. He is just absolutely insane. He's honestly the perfect defender. He's got 80 in pace, which is absolutely amazing. If you're meeting, well, say Pato or Wellington up front, he's just gonna smash them because he's so strong and his pace is just absolutely fantastic. Also, his heading is he's pretty tall, 6'1" and 84 heading, so he scored a couple of goals for me on corner. So that's what I think is important in defender, that he scores goals on corners, and that he's got a decent amount of pace, so he won't get outrun by pacey strikers like Wellington. So 21k for this defender is just amazing. So Cellini is absolutely fantastic. Together with him, I've got Barsagli, team of the season. He cost me 130,000, and I was having pretty high hopes for this guy. And I think he was okay. His pace was, you could feel the upgrade, but still, if you met players like Pato, he would get outrun. Yeah, he's pretty strong, so you can hold them back, but he wasn't great there. That's why I got Cellini, who was a bit faster. He was very good defensively. He stopped them many times. His pace was, and it was better, but it was still not great, and therefore that's something that I was a bit disappointed about. His defending was absolutely great. His heading was good, but he didn't score one goal for me on corners, and that was very disappointing. Not one goal, and he had several opportunities. So that was probably the most disappointing part. I didn't score any goals on corner, because I was really expecting a player who was 6'1" and 88 heading would score a goal. So that was very disappointing. But he was an okay defender, but it is a lot to pay 130,000 for him. But I think he was okay. Defensively, he did great, but he should have scored more goals, and his pace was decent, not great. So moving on to Vertonghen, and this guy cost me 293,000. This is on PlayStation 3, guys, by the way, and that is a lot of money for a defender. It's a lot, and I wasn't that happy with him. It's a very expensive player, and I was expecting a bit more. He didn't score one goal on corner as well, and that's probably what let me down the most. When he's 6'2", he's got 89 heading, and defensively he won a lot of headers, but he didn't score on one goal, and that really disappointed me. So that was a bit disappointing. His pace, it feels a lot better than his other card, the first in form. I've tried them out, but it's still, he will get outpaced by fast players like Pato or Neymar and stuff like that. But he's got a great pace upgrade, and it's a lot better. It's 770 pace, and that's a pretty good for defender. But still, he did struggle against the absolute paciest players. But I think the downside is that he didn't score many goals. That was a bit frustrating, I would say. As the two CDMs, I have got Ramirez and David Luiz. To start off with Ramirez, he is just amazing. He cost 7,000 for me, and he has got 88 pace, which some people say, well, you don't need pace in a midfielder, and yeah, you are right, but sometimes it's just amazing to have that when you're meeting strikers or fast-paced midfielders, and he can just outrun them and win the ball, and that pace helped him a lot. So that was just amazing, and what I loved about him. His shooting was okay. His 3-star weak foot was it's absolutely terrible, but he's got a decent shooting. He scored a couple of goals, but look at that. It's defending 76, heading 72, and it's a pretty decent for and a pretty cheap for this player. So Ramirez is absolutely a great player. David Luiz, he cost me 96,000, and he's very fantastic defensively. He's got good pace, 79 pace, and look at that, 80 defending and 79 heading. So defensively he was fantastic, and he was just perfect. But when it comes to attacking, his shooting was poor. He didn't score one goal. He had some opportunities to score on a long shot, but they were terrible. Well, for me it was. Maybe some people were able to shoot with him, but I didn't find that good at all. So he is pretty expensive, but defensively he's absolutely fantastic. So that's what I love about him, and that's what actually I wanted in the player like that, a defensive player. So there he was perfect. Attackingly, he wasn't that great. But together these two, they have both got high attacking work rate, which people can find annoying. But I play ultra defensive, so they don't go up in attack that much, and that worked out perfectly for me. Now moving on to the left side, and we've got probably one of the best left midfielders in the game. That is Gareth Bale, and he is just absolutely perfect in that position. Great pace, he's strong, got amazing shooting, and defensively he's also got great stats. He cost 57,000 to around 60,000, and that is it is a bit expensive, but he's just such an amazing player. You guys have probably tried him out now, but 4-star, he's amazing, and his shooting is fantastic. His crossing is insane. So a great player, and probably the best left midfielder you can get. On the right side we have got Pepe on Juventus, and it's just the reason I got him is just because of the chemistry with Cellini. They playing well, both Italian, playing Juventus, and he gets 9 thanks to Cellini. And Pepe, he had a pretty good pace, 85. That's pretty decent for a right midfielder. And he's very cheap, 1,100 for him, and that worked out okay. It wasn't fantastic, but he scored a couple of goals for me. You can see 3 goals, 50 games, and so his shooting was very good. His corners were also pretty good. So I think that defensively he was okay. He did a job well, but I think for that price it's just absolutely amazing. So great play, and 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot. Now up front here we've got Wellington, and he's actually a striker, and you guys probably know that, but I love having him as a cam because of the pace, because he has amazing shooting, and he's so cheap. His heading is amazing. He has won a lot of header for me, and you can see I've played a freaking lot of games with him, 379 games. That is pretty insane. So his shooting is astonishing. It's fantastic. His pace is brilliant, and he's just honestly the perfect player. I choose to have him as a cam, and he just has great passing for me. Even though it's just 67, he has good passing to my strikers. So Wellington, great player. Now let's start off with this striker right here, and that is Eto'o. And he is so cheap right now. He was expensive in the start, but now he's cheap, and he is just so goddamn fast, and that's mainly the reason why I have him. Got 82 shooting, absolutely fantastic shots, amazing skills, 83 dribbling, and he's won so many headers for me. I don't understand that. He is pretty tall, and 76 heading, but he has scored so many goals on headers, and that is something I just love about him, the pace and his heading skills. So Wellington, just absolutely perfect, 4-star skills. The only downside with him is his 3-star weak foot, which is really bad, but other than that he is great. Now the other striker is also another pacey striker, and that's Emenike, and he's probably one of my favourite players on the game. And this is a sweaty team, guys. I know it's a very expensive sweaty team, but Emenike, look at that. He's played 353 games for me, scored in 328. His weak foot is fantastic. His finesse shots are not that great, but his shot power is insane, and he just near post with this guy is OP. It's just so fantastic good. And one thing that his stats lies about is his heading. He scored so many goals on headers, the same as Eto'o. That's what those two up front are amazing. and he's so strong, so he just pushes away defenders and scores on headers. So his heading is amazing, and he is just the perfect striker. Of course, you wish he would add 4-star skill moves, but he doesn't need it. He is just absolutely a beast. So this team right here is insane. And I've just gone for the sweatness up front and the expensive defenders down here, and it's an amazing team. I would say that if you can afford it, just seriously, you need to buy it. If you can't afford the team of the season, you don't have to buy Basagli team of the season or Marchetti. I've had Vertonghen and just his non-rare card, and he's also a pretty decent player. So if you can afford this team, I really recommend you buy it. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.